Tonight on the show, we have one of the world's best survival experts, and this man is making you feel at home by starting a fire. Faster, faster, come on, you can do it, go on. Faster, faster, faster. Oh. Wow! You're good! Let's start the show! Oh dear, what are we? Have you all been watching Royal Ascot? Have you? Have you? No. Gosh, nonsense. We don't watch that. I have to say, lots of marvellous hats. Lots of marvellous hats. Some people, I tell you, really made the effort. Do you know, there's one. Really made an effort. But I have to say, some racegoers hardly made an effort at all. Listen, we've got a stellar lineup for you tonight. Hollywood has come a-calling. The wonderful Cameron Diaz is here. I know. Cameron Diaz. Survival specialist Bear Grylls is here. Yes. Top American comic Kathy Griffin is here. Plus, we'll be having music from Friendly Fires, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we will. What a lineup. Oh, I tell you, all of them outrageous. Kathy's comedy is really out there. Nothing scares Bear, and even Cameron is fearless. Remember in Something About Mary where she used that special hair product? Do you remember that? Yeah? Though, I don't know if you know, but if you Google the words Cameron and special hair products, you get this. Oh, Nick Clegg. Did you really, Nick? Oh. Cameron's also starred in action films like Charlie's Angels. Yeah, all about a glamorous woman who'll do anything for Charlie. Kate Moss there, just about to get married. Oh, tell you, that will be a white wedding, won't it? Yeah. Gather round, everyone. We're about to cut the coke. Cameron. Cameron also starred in Night and Day, an action-packed spy film. Here she is in a fight scene with Tom Cruise. Yeah. I'm really excited about meeting Bear Grylls. Ooh. Now, Bear's such an action man. He's been in so many different situations. See, here, he's a polar bear. Here, Smokey Bear. Here, oh, Pooh Bear. Hey, let's meet him. Let's get some guests on. Later, with music from the brilliant Friendly Fires. But first, an American star who's earning his stripes over here. It is Kathy Griffin. Woo! Let me know, I greet you. Hello, my darling. Oh, I know.
Take our picture. In the moment.
I know, I might tape this one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, we've had fit people on the show, but as a general consensus, I would say it's the buffest couch I've ever had. It is. Look at that. Look at the guns on that. Wow. That's phenomenal.
You're...
And you look in great shape,
though.
Show
us your tits.
I walked into Graham's dressing room earlier and he was just doing press-ups before.
Yeah.
I thought
I was getting match ready. Match ready.
Were you under him or just watching?
No, because I feel confident saying buff, because recently, of course, Cameron, I saw quite a lot of your body
You did?
in Bad Teacher. your new movie, because there's a fantastic montage
Yes.
you do. Kind of, here you are, just
Woo!
washing car.
Sexy, naughty lady.
That's got to take a lot of work to look this good. Do you gym a lot?
I think it's a matter of consistency, for sure. For me, I think that's what I found, especially getting older. You have to kind of, it's a consistency thing. And I say to women, start now. Especially if you're young, don't wait. Don't think that eventually you'll get there. Start now, because you'll stay that way longer. You can't get back to it.
And with that depressing news, we leave this program. People up and down the night with glasses of wine and chips going, what?
Right now?
You're gymming here, aren't you? You've joined a London gym.
I did. But I have never worked out with Prince Harry.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not. I don't know him, but I want to.
We heard that you were sleeping with him. What's going on?
I heard that too.
Oh.
I was like, how did this happen?
Cameron?
And I heard it was great.
Yes.
Don't sleep with him.
I won't.
Unless you
I
intend to marry him.
Oh,
don't
is that
sleep
what
with
it
him.
is? Why is that?
You don't mess with his little mind.
Fragile.
You'll never find anyone as good as you. You'll warp him forever. He'll just see a lonely old bachelor
poor
with
fella.
ginger hair. It'll be terrible. Now, Bear, obviously we've seen how fit you are. Are you fit just from hanging off cliffs and things, or do you have to go to a gym?
Wow.
Yeah,
Don't keep your shirt on for us.
For everybody's sake, you can't keep... But no, I like it. It's kind of part of my... I consider it part of my job, and I need to keep fit for my work, and... Sharon, my wife, goes mad. She's so
sorry,
annoying every day.
You just said something upsetting to me. Did you say you're what? Ouch. Sorry. It's like a dagger in my heart. But go ahead with your little story.
That was the main point of it, really, just...
And the crap you eat, you know, all the weird stuff you eat. I mean, like, how many calories are in a Hunter Spider? Is that stuff fattening, or is it quite slimming?
No, I always go for the low-cal.
Low-cal grub.
Yeah.
You need the calories when you're out there, don't you?
You do. The thing is, the job is, quite physically demanding, so I certainly don't feel bad about eating lots of, spiders or scorpions.
Do you ever put them in a sandwich like a croque monsieur de la spider? A little extra carbs,
You know what we have right here, right now?
What?
We have a bear sandwich.
Absolutely.
Right here. Girls, are you hungry?
Grill, grill.
No, because Kathy, we must say, because your body is very...
I have what's called a bangin' bikini bod. Yeah, and everybody in the modeling world is talking about it. And
You are, look at it.
There I am. And I am, right? I'm hungry and bitter. That's my diet. Hungry, angry, and bitter. Keeps me trim.
Because, you're a top American comic, and you're very full and frank about your own life.
Yes, I've had what I call dental work, which is Hollywood code for plastic surgery. So I had some fat sucked out, although it grew back, which I didn't know. And then I had to actually diet. Am I being too candid? They look appalled. They just look like we didn't count on this. So then I had to actually diet and work out a little bit. I know, yawn.
Does it come back? Like I've heard stories of it, like coming back on the back of people's hands.
It didn't come back on my boobs, which is what I wanted. Here.
But it's weird that you've had like more than one plastic surgery operation.
This is my second nose.
But the first nose, why would you go back? Tell them the horrible...
Okay, so I was getting my first nose job.
This is horrific.
This is true. I wish it was making up. I was getting my first nose job, and I woke up in the middle, and I'm not kidding. I woke up to this little mallet. No, this is true. And I woke up, and you have the anesthesiologist's hand, and you squeeze it if you wake up. And I remember just pulverizing this guy's hand, and I remember this little, chink, and then I went back to sleep. Isn't that sweet and positive?
You woke up as they broke your nose?
Yes. And I didn't even get a 10% discount.
And then you went back and did it again.
I know, because I wanted a smaller nose. I wanted to just be a different person, really. I'm trying to get a head transplant. Just full head transplant would be great.
I broke my nose 4 times, and none of those times was I asleep when it was happening. I wish that I could have squeezed somebody's hand.
Did you do surfboard? Did that
I
get
did
you?
surfboard, 2 fists and a knee.
Wow, yeah.
Wait, the 2 fists. Hold on.
Really, that was the good... That was surfboard, fine. 2 fists. Were you in fights? What was it?
No, well, I was, the first time it happened, I was 11, and I was at a party. I don't even start asking questions. My parents are very good parents. They were amazing. But I was at a party when I was 11 years old, and there were Samoan bouncers. and there was a fight going on, and the Samoan bouncer was coming down the hall, and I turned and I landed right in the middle of him, and he picked me up and he threw me over his shoulder, and the guy behind him was going, because they were Samoan. And when he came across like this, he hit me across the nose, and then the other guy put me down, and then Jimmy Garcia came over and looked at me and goes, wow, dude, we better go take care of that. And he took me in the bathroom, and he went, and it didn't go all the way back. It was always a little crooked.
But it's pretty good now.
Well, now I've had it fixed because I could not breathe after the surfboard, after the second fist in the knee. I still could breathe, but after the surfboard, it was like I couldn't breathe anymore. I didn't want to ever fix the shape of my nose, and in fact, I don't. It bothers me that I had to change it a little bit so I could breathe. But being able to breathe is like amazing.
Isn't breathing great? Breathing is so underrated. I've always loved breathing.
It's like you're a survival expert.
It's really true.
Breathing. It is lesson one of survival.
Right? You have to
Keep
breathe.
breathing.
Nice.
Cameron Diaz, we must talk about your new movie. Bad
Oh, okay,
Teacher.
sure.
Remember the reason you're here?
Fantastic, I love that.
Yes, because it sounds right up your strasse because it has adult themes.
Yes, it's themed with adult situations.
No, it is really funny. It is a very
Did
funny
you
film.
like it?
I really liked it, and I love you in it because you are
you.
fearless in it. It's
Thank
one of the,
you.
it's a brilliant, brilliant character.
Thank you.
Just give us a kind of a one-line kind of synopsis of plot.
Well, it's about a woman who is really focused. She wants to find a man to take care of her because that's the line of business she's in. And as a business investment, she's looking to buy herself a pair of breasts from the
Dentist.
The dentist. Right. And but she can't afford it because she's broke and she's a teacher. And so she's looking for a man, and of course there's not as many millionaires as there used to be with the economy crashing and everything. So it's a little bit harder. It's really, really high, there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking, competition out there.
Yes. Yes.
And Justin Timberlake's character comes as a, you said one line, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake's
one long
character,
line.
it's one line.
Turning over the poster.
Yeah. I haven't taken a breath yet. No punctuation. Justin's character, it happens to be a trust fund baby. I realize this, and I go after him as well.
So the thing is, as good an actor as either of you are, because you did go, it's got to be a bit awkward.
No, it's not actually. There's a scene in the film where Justin and I do what we refer to as a gene jam, also known as dry humping, also known as safe sex, which is what we're going with on our campaign with this movie.
It is one of the weirdest.
Hump your way through high school and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
I understand.
Just keep the jeans on. Then you won't get pregnant.
Jeans on.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the weirdest
It's the
scenes.
weirdest.
It is so
It was
weird.
we made a conscious effort. It was our goal to make the least sexiest sex scene that's ever been caught on film. And I really believe that we succeeded. We showed perfectly as comedic actors the lack of chemistry between these two people. And we couldn't have done, I don't think we could have achieved it if it was some guy I didn't know, and I didn't know what the boundaries were, and if I was thinking, well, could he like me, or do I like him? Like, it's so clearly defined between Justin and I because we're such good friends.
And you've been through all that.
We've been through it, and we've been broken up as long as we were ever together. It's been almost 10 years that we've known each other. So, it's really not, it wasn't an issue. It was great.
Because staying friends with exes, I mean, it can work out. Now, do you stay friends with exes, Kathy?
No, I hate them. Every last one of them. I hate them and I blame them. I blame them all. It's all their fault, and I'm a pretty little princess. Right?
That's Lucy Punch, and she's actually British. She does a great American accent, and that's amazing. Yeah, she's really hilarious in the movie. And Shunt the Fresh Shore, linguistically challenged. Shut the front door is going to be one of those lines that
I love that expression.
so
Southern.
good,
Oh, yeah. I'd never heard
It's
it
like a
before. It's
Southern
really
sort
funny.
of thing, yeah.
It's
right up there with What the Helicopter. Also sweeping the southern region of the United States.
Or I beg your parsnips.
What a sweet sofa. No, because actually say the school you're in, so you're like the bad teacher, you're like kick-ass, but everyone else is just adorable and sweet.
kind of. I mean, Amy is a bit of a, she's a bit of a fake and a phony.
Yeah, we get her storyline. But reading about you kind of think, oh, growing up in California must be lovely. But your school was quite rough.
Yes, my school was, I grew up in pretty much like ghetto. I know it's the blonde hair, blue eyes that tricks you, but then you hear me talk and then you go, what's wrong with this person?
No, but you get into proper fights.
Yeah, well, you had to, being a skinny white girl. I mean, you have to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a hood name?
I did have
Cam?
a, Cam. Blam Blam. I was always back in.
Do you want to show them what you're packing today?
No, I tucked it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, you're
Oh, yeah.
She's packing
something else.
We have a...
I tucked it? What are you trying to tell us?
We have pretty big... I know.
Clearly, I will say anything for a laugh. I got lip gloss. You want some?
Yeah, I do. She says say she's packing.
Yeah.
We meant lip gloss.
Now, we were talking about your going to school, because your parents weren't very strict. And your granny was like a Bear Grylls
My
creature.
granny would have put you to shame.
Tell me about your granny.
Okay, my granny was like, she lived off the land. I mean, literally, she raised everything that she ate. And made all her own clothes and everything. And during the summer, she would go to Arizona because where she lived in the valley in California, it's about 100 degrees in the summer, but it was too cold for her. So she had to go to Arizona where it's 120 degrees during the summer. And she would walk around with just like her skirt on and a pair of sandals, topless. And now this is a woman who has 6 children, okay?
So they were down here.
They were like...
They were down here.
Yeah, they were...
The bad teacher would not have worn them.
No, they were like kind of below the waistband, probably.
Where they belong. Where God intended.
Yes,
where
exactly.
the good Lord intended.
Where you could just like flip them over the shoulder for the baby on the back. That's what they do in Africa, right? They do.
Yeah.
That's why boobies are supposed to sag, is so that you can put them over the shoulder or wrap it under, so the babies on the back can suckle, and you don't have to stop working. Yeah, a little lesson, right? Y'all didn't know that.
There you go.
So
Anyhow.
if your granny did that.
So I don't know if she ever actually did it.
But she could.
But she would go hunting in the desert with a machete, and she would come back with rattlesnakes. And my uncle said that one of his visuals of his mother is like walking up with sandals, skirt, topless, beheaded snake, and bloody machete.
And a smile.
And a smile. Got dinner.
You'd have loved her
Eat
Bear.
dinner.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Is that amazing?
Yeah.
Because your
Have you
grandma.
had snake?
I have had snake. Yeah, it tastes like
doesn't-
chicken.
It doesn't taste like chicken.
No.
They always say everything tastes like chicken, but it doesn't. Survival food doesn't taste like chicken.
No, I had chicken one time that tastes like cat. I was pretty sure that it
Probably
was cat.
was.
If it tastes like cat, it smells like cat. Yeah.
I was like, I took the leg and I was like, that's not a chicken leg.
That's funny.
That's the biggest chicken leg I've ever seen.
Yeah. This chicken had a paw.
Yeah, exactly.
But your mom sounds formidable. Is she still going strong?
My mother turned 91 last Friday, yes, and she celebrated by tipping a box of wine. Yes, my 91-year-old alcoholic mother loves a box of wine, and she doesn't believe in drinking out of glass. She is just fine with the box, so then if she gets hammered and then it falls off the counter or the shelf, no one gets hurt. It's just bent cardboard, yeah. Yeah, I'm from a long line of happy and bitter alcoholics. I know, tip that box, tip it.
And see, in the middle here, so you've got these ladies with extreme backgrounds. Bear, very posh. You went to Eton, didn't you?
Well, my 34-year-old mother, she used to pull like pork chops out of the bin as well. I just remember once as a kid opening the fridge and seeing these 3 pork chops, and they'd gone green and silvery, you know, when it's like,
yeah.
you know. So in fact, my dad picked them up, tipped them in the bin, and then I saw my mum walk in and go, "There's nothing wrong with those, pull them out of the bin." And then again, I'm like watching all of this. My sister always said that's where I developed a cast dance. So thanks, man.
But Eton, I mean, it seems unlikely that you would have gone to Eton and now kind of doing what you do.
Yeah, Eton was, it was quite scary as a 13-year-old going there, and, you know, you're away from home and stuff, but the nearest girls' school was about 30 miles away, and it was a convent. And so you had to kind of work hard, you know, if you wanted to get a girl. And I did eventually get a girlfriend, and I remember borrowing this friend's bicycle, with kind of old rusty bicycle with 1 gear, and it was 30 miles of uphill, basically, and I took the afternoon, eventually got to the nunnery school, and I was with this girl, and she took me by the hand, she led me through the woods.
Oh, yes.
And I thought, this is Christmas, you know, and this didn't happen very often, you know. And we got to this bush, and...
I didn't even say it. He said
Keep going, Bear, keep going.
No. Anyway, so it was all about, and she leant over, we were about to kiss, and then she stopped, and she goes, there's one of the nuns. And I went, don't worry about that, you know. And she goes, no, really. And I turned around, there was a nun, I'll never forget it, there was a nun there with this Alsatian snarling on the end of it. And this girl looked at me with fear in her eyes, she just went, run. And I, like Forrest Gump, I took her advice and just like, ran. So that was kind of... You had to work hard to get a girlfriend.
That's a good nun, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sturdy nun with an angry dog making him run from a bush.
Now, Kathy Griffin.
Yes.
You're over here doing a show, 2 shows.
Yes, I have 2 shows on Sunday at the Palace, and one of them is very inappropriately at 4:30, which is very early to tell dick jokes. But because I love
Never too early to tell dick jokes.
Thank you, I agree. Yeah, so I'll be making fun of many celebrities and whatever celebrity run-ins I've had or politicians. I might make fun of Sarah Palin just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Oh.
She's a moron. And so, really? You can say that here?
Oh.
Just kidding, everybody relax.
Have you ever
I went to her house, first of all. On My Life on the D-List, I really put my money where my mouth is, because I will make fun of these politicians, and then I'll go to their house. And so I went to her house in Wasilla, knocked on her door, I'm not kidding, and you could not see Russia from her house. I will tell you, I can verify that.
We were going to do a show with her, a Born Survivor with her.
Well, do you
But
have
we didn't.
stick figures
I
and
said we
flashcards?
Something could go wrong.
I know.
No, she didn't make it.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Such a good idea.
You should do one.
I'd totally do one.
That would be
Absolutely.
fun.
That would be so amazing.
We just done one with I took Jake Gyllenhaal last month to Iceland.
did?
Who was brilliant.
Iceland's amazing.
We had some crazy weather. We had the worst storms I'd had for 10 years. Literally, we had a jumbo jet blowing sideways across the airport whilst I was up 5,000 foot up a mountain with them. Both of us being blown like tumbleweed.
But that was quite terrifying if you got... I mean, it's bad if you fall off a mountain, but they'll really shout at you if
It's
he
funny
falls
because
off.
nobody seems to care if I fall off. Suddenly you take someone famous and, like, the insurance guy, can you promise us he'll be safe? And I went, no. Because, like, you can't. It's a while stuff happens, you know. And there was a kind of pause on the end of the phone. But,
So you had to
I don't
sign
know.
his life
I don't
away?
quite know why some people's lives are valued more than that. I thought nobody's ever asked me that, but that's maybe that's a world of. Not that I mind. I'm not saying I mind.
His
but,
family can live off the box set proceeds.
Do you guarantee yourself that you won't be hurt?
No.
There you go.
There you go. I'll keep you safe.
All right, creepy now. Now, so you don't bit.
Nancy.
Nancy!
Sorry. Sorry,
That's his wife's name.
I slept with him 2 hours ago! Who did that?
Oh, there. And you thought you'd been in dangerous positions before.
I'll see you Sunday, my
Bear is so in now.
He's so in the act.
So-
He is so
Bear
in
is
the
so in
act. Thank you for the extra material.
Now, in terms of Sunday, when you're on stage,
Yes.
I'm a little concerned. How familiar are you with our celebrities, with British celebrities?
Kind of. I mean, I'm really doing my homework, and I'm getting all the newspapers, such as Hello and Heat. All the excellent periodicals.
So
But
if
I
give you
still
a
have
pop
some
quiz,
to learn.
If I give you a pop quiz, if you bought Hello and Heat, you'll know these.
Okay.
You'll know these. You
All
can
right.
join in too if you know.
Really?
Okay. So who's this? Do you know who this is?
Oh, that's a footballer.
Yes.
And is his name Ryan? No.
Yes.
Okay, Ryan Wilkies or something like that. What's his name?
Close. Do you know?
I don't know anybody.
Bear.
Ryan Giggs. But
Ryan
you're almost
Giggs.
there.
Okay, now who is he sleeping with?
Well.
Who isn't he, should I say?
How long is your matinee?
As long as you want.
Yeah, but this, I bet you. Well, you've got to talk about this because this is the image of.
Well, it's all about Pippa. Let me tell you something. If I was Kate and my sister showed up in that dress, I'd cut her. Go back. Go change. Go back and put on the high collar period piece that we talked about earlier. Pippa stole the show.
She really did.
Yeah, we finally are on to Pippa, and then when she was on the cover of People and it said, oh, it's all about Pippa, we knew. We knew it was time to be obsessed with Pippa, and we are now.
No, so in America...
She's caught on, yes, more than Kate. Like, guys love her, and they have naughty thoughts about her. And, yeah, we're a little bit Pippa obsessed now. And also, that name is ridiculous. I mean, really, and how much money does she have that she's bored with her name and decided to call herself Pippa? I mean, honestly. It's like an Eton name, right, by your crowd. It's like a society name, like Muffy or Tippy. It just bleeds money, you know? I got money and a hot body. Screw you, right?
But it's not all classy people.
Oh, good.
Do you recognize these people?
Is that Girls Aloud?
No.
Am I close? Am I warm?
No. Do you know Bear?
No, but I'm kind of bad on girl bands.
He's in the wild half.
That's right. He's eating yak balls.
Yeah, he's like...
It's not even a girl band.
Oh,
Geordie Shores?
You're so close. You're so close. Yeah, it's a reality show. The only way is Essex.
oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do my homework.
No, because reality shows, obviously, you know... Was,
Fantastic.
Yes.
Gold mine of
well,
ridiculousness.
But also, that's kind of, you know... You
That's
were in
my
one
genre.
For 6 years.
6 years. Cameras everywhere.
Now, is it over?
It's over, yeah. It was called My Life on the D-List, and I'm too big. I'm sitting here with this dude and Cameron Diaz. This dude is the best I can do.
You owe him one.
I'm gonna pay him back, trust me.
Gentle.
And in terms of giving a camera crew full access, Kathy, in your final season...
Yeah.
You went about as far as it's possible to go.
I got the first ever public pap smear that was televised, and I was bejazzled. I'm bejazzled right now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
Is it uncomfortable?
Drink up,
I
honey.
just need a...
You're gonna need it. Yes, I got waxed, and then they put jewels on my jewels.
Oh, I need another sip.
I want to empty that glass.
Yeah. Did you get pierced?
No, I'm going to leave little Kathy alone.
Okay, good.
Or as you call her, little Nancy.
Glue on.
Yeah, they just glue on. It's like putting sequins
it's sort of like a sticker.
It's
It's like from a sticker from the doctor's office
you.
after you get a shot.
Exactly, right?
Oh, I get it.
Let's get pap smear.
It's the icing on the cake.
Exactly.
I've done an enema on TV before, which was...
See?
But that was in
Saltwater enema?
But that was in the wild. It was for... I wasn't
Hydration?
bejazzled.
You were ball jazzed.
Bejazzled.
Why would you need to have an enema?
Well, I was trying to show that it happened to a British family who was sailing and their yacht got hit by a whale. They ended up in life raft for 30 days and they were basically dying of dehydration. And the mum was a nurse. She had the 2 young kids. And the only way she could rehydrate them once they passed out from dehydration was to get all of the fetid water or the rainwater and turtles, the blood and everything they'd been living off in the bottom of the life raft, insert it up their backside and rehydrate them so their body can absorb the fluids without getting sick. So I thought I'd just demo this on this raft I was on out at sea and found some
I watched that. I think that
and...
might have been one I watched.
But
say,
that was a low point in my life.
I would prefer to die.
I'm Graham Norton, kill me now.
Yeah, you just look at all that shit and go, no, I'll die. It's fine.
It's amazing.
The series is over.
My ass has cancelled myself.
I have a great cameraman who normally at the end of whenever we do stuff, normally at the end of it, he goes, "Bear, that was great," or whatever. At the end of this one, when I'd done it, I was going, sometimes you got to lie back and think of England, and this fetid water's going in. At the end of it, he goes...
Maybe I won't be coming with you.
Yeah, but going of injuries, your book, which we must mention, which is out now, Bear Grylls, Mud, Sweat and Tears. And it talks about how, basically, it was a really serious injury that kind of spurred you on to do your big first adventure, climbing Everest, wasn't it?
I was in the military at the time, and I'd spent 3 years with the SAS there, and I had basically a free-fall parachuting accident whilst I was in southern Africa, and canopy ripped in two, and it was getting dark, and I was spiralling down very fast, and the long and short of it is I broke my back in 3 places and spent the next year strapped up in military rehabilitation back in the UK, and I think sort of people often say you must have been very positive to go from that to the top of the world and the Everest climb, but it wasn't like that. It was a dark, kind of rocky road where you're trying to piece together your confidence and your movement and everything again. And but it did make me realise I've been given a second chance, and life doesn't always give you that. And if it does, you've got to be grateful and you've got to grab it and go for it.
And you talk about how everyday items can save a life. And I mean, really everyday items, things like shoelaces, paper clips. But apparently you can show us how a sock can save a life.
A lot of the reasons you get sick in the wild is you drink bad water, and clear water isn't necessarily clean water, and therefore if you've got muddy water, you can filter enough filtered water through everything from my underpants to, you know, your socks, and it's not always going to taste or smell particularly nice, but there's ways of doing it to get rid of a lot of the bacteria.
OK, so you can demonstrate, can't you? We've got some of the stuff you need to put in your sock.
OK, so...
Or pod.
Sorry. Have you brought a large knife on set?
Oh, well, that was just for these guys.
Just in case.
Any more dick jokes in it? So, you haven't... Okay,
I haven't got a sock.
OK.
If I would have changed my socks. So we've got sand. Sand is good, so you stuff that in it first.
Okay.
That's going to get rid of little bad articles. Charcoal, that's great for getting rid of bacteria, so get rid of the really little nasties.
Yes.
And then a load of grasses.
What do they do?
And that takes out the bigger nasties.
That's just for stuffing.
By the way, this is a delicacy in many cultures.
And then the thing is, you're going to look at this, OK, because it's a slightly...
No, hang on, it should be dirty. So if I put some if I put some charcoal in my wine...
Yeah, OK.
Dying over
The
here.
thing is, it's not great.
You're right.
Choking.
Hold on, the height...
No,
see,
I
are
didn't
you
thought-
choking?
I just breathed
OK,
water.
here we go. Got it?
You saved a life.
Are you all right?
I'm ready to help.
If that gets water out of the lungs, I'm fantastic.
You were seriously in distress there.
No, I was acting.
Give her an Oscar. OK.
OK, you pour
So
it.
I just pour. Oh, this is like
Okay,
decanting.
Go.
It's marvellous.
Be bold. You got lots of it. Pour it in, pour it in.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's like milk. That actually...
No, actually, that is
Not bad.
better than
Should we
when
check
but
and
it's
see
probably
if
gonna...
it's okay?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Cameron Diaz and my songs.
I just drank it through a sock.
Can I just say, I've literally...
tastes
this
like
is
Converse.
true. I have literally just wrapped season 6. Came back from Utah and California yesterday, and
Those are the same
and
socks?
this hasn't been changed at all. So, well done you. I better try it.
Wine and cheese. It's lovely. In for a penny.
For a pound. Delish. I like some nice fromage with that.
I like that he puts it back on and then...
Oh.
I barely know you.
What are you, like an animal or something?
Look, everyone, it's like the olden days. An LP. Oh, how retro and cool.
Vinyl.
If only I had a record player. Sorry, it does also come in a CD format.
Yeah.
Wait, this is beautiful. Are you just fans of vinyl?
Yeah.
Avid fans of parrots and vinyl.
Yes. Bear's probably eaten that at some point.
Where's the head gone?
Yeah, that's
I
where the
mean,
head's gone. Yeah.
Sorry.
But anyway, it sounds great. And you're off to Glastonbury next weekend.
Yeah.
Fun.
Well, weather should hold. Good luck with that. So listen, we're very nearly out of time. Before we go, we do have some stories in the red chair. So who's up for... calm down. Who's up? Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Graham? How you doing?
I'm very well. No, you calm down. What's your name, sir?
I'm Andy. I'm from Cork.
Cork. I'm from Cork.
You're from Cork? is from Cork. I
Really?
played someone from Cork.
Oh!
I played someone from Cork.
Lots of Griffins
Oh, yes,
in
you
Cork.
did in thing, yes.
It's looking good for him so far.
Yes. What's your name, by the way? I've forgotten.
I'm Andy.
Andy. Andy from Cork. Remember, it's Andy from Cork. Do you still live in Cork?
I do,
Oh,
absolutely.
what do you do in Cork?
I'm an engineer with City Council.
He's an engineer with the City Council.
City Council.
That's nice. Jesus.
City.
They're doing marvellous work. They really are. Oh.
I know that.
The Southern Ring Road is marvellous. It really is. But the airport roundabout, it's lethal. Okay, Andy, off you go with the story.
Okay. When I was young, I used to love watching rodeos on TV, and unfortunately, we didn't have any horses to practice on, so I used to use our sheep on the farm. One day, my granny wasn't very best pleased with this, and one day when I was like, I used to have a favourite sheep called Sally, and I was going at it good on Sally, and Granny was just standing by the septic tank, which is about 6 foot deep, and she was like telling me off, and the sheep charged at her, bucked me off, and both collided, and both of them landed in the 6 foot deep crap.
Different old lady in shit.
She was asking for it.
She was asking for it, yeah. I know, my favourite sheep. Sally.
Sally.
You got to have a favourite when you're in County Cork.
I know.
Sally's my favourite.
I liked watching rodeos,
Sure.
so I got on a sheep.
Practice with a sheep.
Yeah.
My own sheep.
Yeah, that doesn't follow. Doing somebody else in the chair now. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks for asking. Nice to ask. What's your name?
It's Victor.
Victor. And where are you from, Victor?
I'm originally from Ecuador, but I live in London now.
Okay, what do you do, Victor?
Working in the admin department for a financial advisors company in London.
Okay, Victor, off you go with your story.
Rough chair.
Hi. Well, I was about 9 years old.
He was about 9.
I was living in Ecuador, and
Living
I had
in
a
Ecuador.
girlfriend in school.
Sorry?
I had a girlfriend in school.
Okay.
And we've been going out for a few months, but no kisses, just holding hands, you know, all very innocent.
You're 9!
Well, one day our friends basically decided to trick us, and they told us that we're gonna play a game, boys against the girls.
Was there a
And,
nun with an Alsatian?
They all made a circle in the middle of the playground, and they pushed my girlfriend and me into the middle of the circle, and they start basically clapping and saying kiss, kiss, kiss.
Sorry, Victor, are you going to start crying at some point in the story? Because it sounds quite traumatic, doesn't it?
I'm already crying.
Yeah. Okay, so you're in a circle, they're going kiss, kiss, kiss.
Yes, and she was getting close to me, and I couldn't handle the situation, and I wet myself.
Yes, it does.
Laughing, so I ran into
Wow.
it.
Don't do it.
Cameron Diaz says you can walk. Walk, sir. Off you go.
He already suffered enough humiliation. We shouldn't, like, rub his nose in it.
But that would teach him not to do it again. Well done, everyone. If you'd like to join us on the show, look the red chair. You can contact us via our website at this very address. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in thanking my guests tonight? Friendly Fires! Kathy Griffin! Bear Grylls! And Cameron Diaz! Join me next week with comedian Lee Mack, Sex and the City Skin Patrol, and EastEnders star Jesse Wallace. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye!
Network premiere for Saturday night here on BBC One and BBC One HD. Kung Fu Panda leaps into action at 6:35. Next tonight, £80 million is at stake in the National Lottery Euro Millions draw.